All right, Shalom Israel. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, glory, and fear to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Hakadash. Also, I want to give double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, who I learned this truth from, and peace and love to the Lord's hopeful elect. Hey, back at it, talking about Jacob's trouble, the great tribulation, right around the corner, man. Lord willing, we are in the beginning stages of this, man. Contrary to popular belief that it isn't going to be one. Matthew 10 and 34. Think not, and this is the words of Malachi Hawashah, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. Think not that I am come to send peace on earth. I came not to send peace, but a sword. All right. And that sword being symbolic for the spirit of division and the spirit of war. Okay, so that's what the Lord said he come to do, not peace. So he didn't come to bring everlasting marriages and unions and no. The Lord said he came to bring a sword, division, to set one against another, even within households, all the way up to entire nations and countries, etc., leading up to World War III. The Lord said he came to do these things, man. Verse 35, for I am come to set man at variance against his father, and the daughter against her mother, and the daughter-in-law against her mother-in-law, and a man's foes shall be they of his own household. Very important for us to know that, the believers, to be aware that this can and will happen. That some of our enemies will be they of our very own household, our own seeds, our own daughters, our own sons, wives, mothers, etc. And you wonder why you see these situations happening more and more. Well, the Lord is not a man that he shall lie, and he did promise us through his word by saying he didn't come to send to send peace but a sword, man. Well, that's what's gonna happen, and we'll see it manifesting more and more each and every day. Look at what happened during the so-called pandemic, man. There was bickering, there was fighting, there was a sword, a spirit of division manifested within these different households because of the different ideologies concerning that pandemic, or the cure thereof, man, or the vaccine, if you will, man. All right, it was a spirit of division. I know that happened with the so-called elders of my family, man. There was a huge spirit of division. We had one female, so supposed to be elder, I guess, of our family. I mean, she wasn't having it. You couldn't even go over there, man, if you didn't have the juice. She was freaking out, man, bugging out. And I mean, to this very day, she's still alive through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shemashah. But I mean, she's bugging out, man. So she has no idea what she was talking about then, has no idea what she's talking about now, man. But what did happen was that, again, that division manifested, and how much more during Jacob's trouble, how much more when the Lord really brings that hammer down, and it's a famine, food insecurities, and the mirth has left this place. People are going to be very, very angry in that day, man, and we got to be prepared for that. And we will be through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shema Shah, because we believed on the words of the Lord, man, and we hid ourselves in Yahweh Shema Shah. Matter of fact, let me see, yep, in relation to hiding ourselves because we see what's happening. Proverbs 22 and verse 3. A prudent man foreseeth the evil and hideth himself, but the simple pass on and are punished. So we hide ourselves in what? The name Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, calling upon those names, fearing those names, doing what those names are ask of us, in fearing the Lord, keeping the Lord's law, statutes, and commandments, man. And we teach our nation to do the same thing. We foresee the evil, being prudent men, being wise, circumspect. Everybody else is coming in the spirit of a fool, okay? You clearly, the building is on fire. How could you not get up out of the building, man? All right, you got people that clearly see the building is on fire, but they are yet still to this very day running into that building to go party, to go work even more. All right, It be, you know what I mean? And that's in relation to being on the plantation. People want to work and, continue to work, man. All right. And that's not it. We're trying to get up out off the plantation. We're trying to get up out of the captivity, man. We're trying to not be subject to payments. And the Lord has provided us a way to do that. It's just, again, a lot of people of our nation don't uh agree with it. They haven't received Yahweh by Shema Shah, okay? And we're starting to see that the Lord has blinded the eyes of some and opened the eyes of some as well, man. Or should I say, blinded the eyes of many, opened the eyes of some. And we do hope to be of those individuals that eyes are open, man. Okay? Let's go to the book of Jeremiah. All in relation to the signs of the times, man. And we are in the beginning stages, Lord willing, of Jacob's trouble. Um, Jeremiah 30 and verse 7, and it reads, Alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble. So this is going to be a period of time that the nation of Israel will be troubled, but along with the other nations as well, man. But he shall be saved out of it, and that remnant will only be saved out of Jacob's trouble. The ones that's calling upon Yahweh Ba'ashem Shah, the ones that were predestined to do so, man. All right, but everybody else is going to be dealing with this time known as Jacob's trouble, and it's going to be such a time like the earth has never seen before, man. That's what we're warning our people. Hide yourself in the name of Yahweh Ba'ashem Shah, okay? Because it's going to get real, man. The Lord has promised us these things via his word, a famine of the word, famine of food, earthquakes in diverse places, wars and rumors of wars, man. A man's foes being they of his own household. There'll be issue after issue, MOTB, race wars, martial law, all type of other laws implemented during the World War. Who knows? You know what I mean? There'll be, laws on how much food you can have, even if you do have access to it. You know what I mean? One case of water per household type of deal, man. And you do know how fast we go through these damn cases of water. Oh man, I averaged damn near at least 3 of those big cases a month alone by myself. Imagine having a family that actually drink water. If your family is drinking water like they're supposed to, you'll go through that, man. If I barely can make it through the month without getting 3 cases of water, man. And I don't even drink as much water as I'm supposed to, man. Just imagine having a household full of like 8 people. Oh man, you're probably going through at least, I mean, if I'm doing 4 cases, I mean, come on, that's damn near. Do the math on that, man. You know what I'm saying? Good gracious. Yeah, and that's you know what I mean? And that's wicked having to pay for water, something. The earth is, the majority of the earth is water, I believe. I don't know, if it might be 70% water, man. We're having to pay for it and things like that, subject to payments, paying for our water, wood, things like that, man. We got to get out of here. This is what we're trying to convey to our people through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shema Shah, that this is not our rest, and that we're going to enter into that rest, but it's going to be a very, very harsh way that we enter into it. And we can't change that fact, man, that there is going to be a great tribulation, Jacob's trouble. We're going to have to lose things. We're going to have to leave the comfort of our dwelling places, man. All right. In order to receive the kingdom, man, you got to lose something in order to gain. Our people don't want to sacrifice. They're traumatized via the slavery, so they want to hold on to the gifts that they have now. They want to hold on to the temporary prosperity that they have now, the 401ks, the bag, all right, the contracts that they've signed and all of that shit that got them so puffed up, not serving Yahweh Shema Shah. If this was time where those white folks was kicking our ass blatantly, then they would be in the spirit of rebellion against this society and this system. But because they're at ease, especially our women placed on a pedestal, they don't come in the fear of the Lord, which is why you see the behavior thereof, man. All right. And Lord willing, we'll see their punishment here pretty soon. During Jacob's trouble, we'll see them crying out. We'll mock when their fear coming through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shah, because it's coming. That fear, that shame. All right. Taking this thing as a joke, taking it lightly. But that's how people. That's how the creature man is anyway, man. You don't like to respond to too much, man. Too much warning, too much common sense until it's brought right in front of his face. Let's see here. Let's go to the book of Ezekiel, chapter 12 and 27. Son of man, behold, they of the house of Israel, you Israelites, so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, the vision that he seeth if it's for many days to come, and he prophesieth of the times that are far off. That's the spirit that a lot of our people are in relation to prophecy, in relation to the prophets. They think always that the things that we're saying, the events, all right, that we're saying are going to happen before they happen. Simply, that's what it means to prophesy. Saying these things before it happens. They think it's not going to happen in their lifetime. They don't think the second coming of Malak Yahawashah is going to happen in their lifetime. When I first came into the truth, that's what I told my so-called pastor, who was a female black lady. All right. And that's exactly what she told me through her spirit. That's what her spirit responded and said, I don't know if it's going to happen in my lifetime, basically. And that's not the spirit that we're coming in. That's not the spirit that the Lord given us. We're trying to go home. We have an opportunity. Why would you want to die and experience what that's like, rather than the Lord saving us and restoring everything? You want to experience dying on your own and you know what I mean, leaving your family here for God knows how long. No. This is what we're going to push through the spirit and power of Yahawashah, the end, man. All right, not like these people. Verse 28, therefore saying to them, so through the spirit and power of Yahawashah, that's what the prophets are saying. Hey, this is going to happen soon. World War III right around the corner. Mark of the beast right around the corner. Thus saith the Lord God, Yahawashah, there shall none of my words be prolonged anymore, but the word which I have spoken shall be done, saith the Lord God, Yahawashah. And that's what we are saying, man. Hey, it's prophecy time. This is all prophetic. These events, all right, the type of spirit that's on the earth, everybody being fed up short with each other, what's happening with the leadership here in Babylon the Great, the spirit of exposing the wickedness thereof of Esau, Edom, all these things are prophetic, done through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shema Shah. So it's crazy for Israelite to remain in the spirit of thinking that this isn't gonna happen soon. It is gonna happen soon. You're just scared because you're not doing what you're supposed to do. All right. And you don't have the confidence as the Lord's hopeful elect, because you're probably not, man. See, the Lord, there's a certain confidence that comes with the fear of the Lord, man. All right, we're going to do what we're supposed to do to the best of our ability, of course, but it gives us a certain level of confidence, which is faith, man. Honestly, we'll have faith that the Lord is real. This is really happening. He's going to protect us. Unlike the pretenders, they're going to get exposed. They don't have an ounce of faith, man. If they did, they would come in the fear of Yahweh Bahashemah Shah. That requires faith as well, man. Believing in the Lord, man, that He exists in the program thereof, man, that you can't do what you want to do. But if you do what you're supposed to do, that you'll be rewarded and blessed, man, and protected. And that's what's happening. You can keep denying until you're in a position where you're going to need protection and things like that. And then a so-called black, Latino, and Native American person is going to want to try to call upon the Lord. Then that person is going to want to try to be righteous and uphold the law to the best of their ability, acknowledge the law, acknowledge the dietary law and such, man. All right, but in that day, it'll be too late, man. It'll be you having to deal with the wrath of Yahweh by Hashem and Hawashah. We told you so. That's gonna happen again. The Lord said He's gonna mock when your fear cometh. Book of James, 1 and 12. Blessed is the man that endureth temptation. And remember, we're coming into the hour thereof, the hour of temptation, man, the MOTB. Okay. For when he is tried, he shall receive a crown of life. And that's what we're fighting for. We hope to endure to the end of this thing and actually receive a literal crown of life, but also the representation thereof, man, of salvation, a pardon, an example of righteousness, that we were different, actually receiving the actual crown. But again, what it represents: salvation, mercy, love, shows you that we predestined, got lucky, or whatever. Okay, that's what we're desiring. He shall receive a crown of life, which the Lord have promised to them which love him, or that love him. And how do we show love to Yahweh? By Hashem Shah, fearing the Lord and keeping the law, of course, to the best of our fleshly abilities, because we're not perfect, nor can we keep the law perfect, but we do strive for those masteries and teach our nation to do so as well, in hopes that we can be participants in that promise, man, in that coronation ceremony, it in everything that comes with it, the everlastingness that comes with it. See, we'll get to do that forever. We'll get to reign forever. That's better than what the 2/3 have now. It's something, okay, to have substance at any point in time, but we're wise enough through the spirit and power of Yahweh by Shema Shah to know that we have to wait, man. And if we do wait and do what we're supposed to, we'll be able to do it like they do it, much better and forever. All right, so that's the goal, man, is to do it for all eternity, not like the 2/3 who just want temporary bliss, and it's fake anyway, man, and it's quickly finna be eradicated, through thus saith Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shah, via this great tribulation, man. All right, let's go to the book of Second Esdras. 8:50. Here we go. For many great miseries shall be done to them that in the latter time shall dwell in the world. Many miseries, and we spoke about some of these things. The famine is coming. It's going to be a great misery. There's going to be more pestilences released through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shema Shah. So there'll be multiple plagues and diseases happening on the earth, making people sick and bugging out. These are many great miseries. The financial woe and financial collapses. There's probably going to be a blackout in the midst of more war and chaos. All right, so all these are part of the great miseries that's going to be done to everybody that dwells upon the world. Why? Because they have walked in great pride. This place is prideful, and this is a chief place of pride here in Babylon the Great, so much so that it has infected, all right, the entire earth, which is why Babylon the Great has so many enemies looking at him right now, very crazy, with the evil eye, if you will, and they're going to end up waging war against Babylon the Great, man. All right, and even Esau Edom own people are starting to see that the so-called everyday Edomite is starting to see, you know what, something isn't right about our leadership. Something isn't right about our own people. Why are we bothering everyone? Why are we attacking people here and there? It ain't right. All right, that's done by the spirit of the Lord. Lord said he will pour his spirit out upon all flesh, man, and that's to fulfill prophecy, to fulfill his will. It has to be bickering, it has to be back and forth, it has to be arguing, it has to be war, because the Lord said he came to bring that, not peace. Okay, or sword. Second Esdras 9:15. I have said before, and now do I speak, and will speak it also hereafter. So said it back then, saying it now, said tomorrow, that there be many more of them which perish than of them which shall be saved. Contrary to popular belief, this truth isn't ever for everybody. Salvation isn't for everybody, only for the nation of Israel. In fact, it's only for a remnant of the nation of Israel. Most of the nation of Israel itself is going to be utterly destroyed here in Babylon the Great, man. So it's very important to remember what we're a part of and to covet that, because it's so precious, this small thing of ours, man. All right, it isn't for everybody. Everybody thinks that they can just serve the Lord. The Lord wouldn't be all powerful if that was so. The Lord is the one that picks, choose, or has chosen who he wanted to serve him, who he wanted to endure his course. All right, and to give glory unto him. All right, the Lord Yahweh Bashemah Shah has Romans 8:29, predestination has already done these things, man. All right, everybody else is going to perish, thus saith Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shah. So again, that's important to remember that during this great tribulation, Jacob's trouble, there's going to be a lot of unaliving, if you will. A lot of people are getting ready to perish in a plethora of ways, many which we've already named: war, famine, pestilences, man, all in diverse places. All these events and things and situations are going to take place during this time known as Jacob's trouble. We hope to be saved out of it by doing what we're supposed to do, being cleaner, right? Then the 2/3, man. We want to be set apart, holy, righteous, all right, different, and we do that by keeping the law, man. That is what guides us. That's what gives us the opportunity, all right, to be set apart from the rest of the nation, from the rest of the world, man. Keeping the Lord's law, statutes, and commandments, man. All right, being set apart, which that means holy, to the best of our ability, because there's about to be many that's going to perish. Remember what the Lord said. There's going to be people that say, Lord, Lord, we did these things in your name, cast out demons in your name. And the Lord is going to say, depart from me. He never knew them. And we don't want to be those individuals, man. So we put on as the hopeful elect. All that's in relation to many perishing and only a few being saved. So we put on as the hopeful elect. We give diligence to make our calling and election sure. We want to be elected, we want to be called, we want to be chosen. So we're going to put on as if we were, by being righteous, by being holy, set apart, keeping the law, and teaching our nation to do so, man. All right, everybody else isn't putting on as the hopeful elect. Hell, they're not even calling upon the power that can give them, that opportunity, man. So of course they're not going to make it. They're not even calling upon their power. All these things we do in relation to putting on as the hopeful elect. Let's see. And again, in the second Ezra 5:1, same thing. Nevertheless, as coming the tokens, behold, the day shall come that they which dwell upon the earth shall be taken in a great number. There it is again, man. So this is all about what's getting ready to happen, man. Ultimately, World War III, a lot of the nuclear missiles, that's gonna put a lot of people unalived. All right, but even the events before that happened, it's going to be a lot of unaliving, man. This is happening again, man. The Lord is not a man that he shall lie. All right, he said that this would happen. They which that dwell upon the earth shall be taken in great number, and the way of truth shall be hidden. Hey, that's the famine of the word, and the land shall be barren of faith. And that's why the Lord taught us wisdom shall be the stability of thy times. These are going to be some confusing times, man. And this whole freaking land is going to be barren of faith. You ain't going to find no true faith other than the one given to the Lord's hopeful elect. And you won't be able to find them if the Lord don't want you to find them. All right, so that's why it's important to learn these things now, man, because we're warning you. We're warning ourselves, man. Lord willing, we take heed to our own warning through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shema Shah. It is going to get rough. It's going to get bad. It's going to get scary, confusing. And the only thing that's going to keep us stable is, in fact, the wisdom that the Lord has given us. And how do we obtain that wisdom, man? The fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom. So in order to obtain wisdom, to understand what's going on, the name of the Lord, who you are, what nation, what tribe you belong to, it starts with the fear of Yahweh Bahashem Awashai. And in order to fear the Lord, you have to acknowledge that he exists. So you really starts there, believing that the Lord exists and having fear thereof, the power that they hold, man, that they can dictate your life, your situations on a daily basis, man. So it'll behoove you to come into fear, do what they require you to do, man, in hopes it'll go well with you, your legacy, your heritage, man, because if not, it'll go terrible for you, your legacy, and your heritage, and you'll be given over to generational curses and generational poverty and generational whoredom, man. All right, generational wickedness, man. We hope to be a part of the generation and heritage that came in the fear of the Lord. And guess what? Are blessed because of that. And our children's children will be blessed because of that, man. All right. And we'll see it. They'll look different. They'll have more things, man. Better opportunities, being of the Lord's hopeful elect.